Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JuvoHub Podcast. You are awesome. Thank you for being here today. We are talking about tense conversations. As much as we think we're experienced at it, it's always good to talk about it again. Think for a second of the last time that you had a tense conversation with a resident, even a fellow coworker. Don't you wish in that moment your brain would work to have the perfect response? So that's what we're going to focus on today. Think of these three key words when it comes to conflict resolution, resident communication, fellow employee communication: respectful, professional, productive. 3. Respectful, professional, productive. Super, super important to have all three of those components into any conversation that we're having. So why is it so important? Well, number one, we're trying to elevate our professional appearance. We're trying to define our emotional intelligence. How tight can we keep things? How close to the vest can you keep it, so to speak, with how you're feeling, and not allow it to take over your body language and what you articulate. So let's just focus on residents for a second. Imagine they walk in, they're complaining about noisy something that's happening. What will you do to de-escalate the situation? You don't want it to go any further, so it's in that moment that you need to be mentally prepared for handling it. So experience is a good teacher only if you have applied a lesson learned from that moment in time. If you went home and it was just like, residents, whatever, then you get up and you start the process over again the next day without walking away with a lesson, then that experience had very little value other than the fact that it aggravated you and it didn't teach you to make adjustments in how you communicate. So here is an activity for thinking back perhaps on those previous engagements. Even right now, imagine the scenario. What can we do? First of all, stop talking. Listen, and listen with a mind of I'm ready. I already have my response ready. No response. Listen. Active listening will then invoke empathy. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know what's contributing to this complaint. There's a lot of things that we don't know. More than likely, there is way more to the situation than the stated complaint, the stated conflict that's happening. Empathize with the situation. Now you've taken a breath. Yep, you need it. If you find yourself holding your breath when those situations manifest themselves, take a breath. Pause. Then respond. Listen, empathize, respond in key ingredients to that difficult conversation. So it doesn't matter where it is. Now, this is something that takes practice, and that's what we want you to focus on. Don't worry about what didn't work out in the past. Learn from the past. Think of how you're going to approach the next one, because they will happen. Difficult conversations happen all the time. And then think of your way of expressing yourself. What phrases would come naturally to a difficult conversation? How would that come across to the resident or a fellow team member? So, and think of that time now, like as far as you think of this episode in particular, what's your takeaway? Did it work out for you when you responded quickly to a resident complaint or some other difficult conversation? Probably not. So what did you learn? Hey, I've learned a ton from all the difficult conversations I've had over the years. So that's what we want to walk away with. So come back to this. We want our conversations to be respectful, professional, productive. When those conversations happen, listen, empathize, and then respond. Those are your key points for today's episode on dealing with conflict resolution. Jonathan Saar, the JuvoHub Podcast. You are awesome. Thank you for being here. This is where learning leads. Take care, everyone.